If you've ever felt like you're doing everything right with your money, but you're still stuck, this video is for you. Most people aren't broke because they're lazy, they're broke because they were trained quietly, politely, and repeatedly to believe money rules that are completely wrong. The image you're looking at right now says it clearly, totally incorrect. These are the myths that sound responsible, sound mature, and sound safe. But they keep people trapped for years. Today, we're breaking them, one by one, and replacing them with a mindset that actually builds wealth. Listen closely, because this is my first video on this channel, and I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to wake you up. So if you're ready to take control of your money, your future, and your life, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get started. Myth number 1. Cash is safe. Cash feels safe because it doesn't move. It doesn't drop 3% in a day. It doesn't scare you, but here's the truth. Cash is not safe. Cash is slowly bleeding to death. Inflation is a quiet thief, and every single year, your dollars buy less and less. That means if your plan is to just save cash, you're playing defense in a game where even the defense still loses. Now, this doesn't mean you should have zero cash. You absolutely need an emergency fund. You need that stability. But the wealthy don't worship cash. They use cash like oxygen. It's necessary to live, but it's not the ultimate goal. The better rule is this: keep your emergency cash, then put the rest of your money to work in assets that actually grow. Myth number 2. Always max out your 401k. Oh, this one triggers people, because it sounds like perfect advice. And sometimes, it is. But always max it out is not a strategy, it's a slogan. What if you have high-interest credit card debt? What if you don't even have a basic emergency fund? What if your employer match is small, or your investment options are terrible? The smart move is not blindly maxing anything. The smart move is understanding the priority order. Here's a simple framework to follow. First, build your emergency fund, even if you have to start small. Second, destroy any high-interest debt. Third, contribute enough to get your full employer match. That's free money, so take it. Finally, invest consistently in a Roth IRA, your 401k, or a brokerage account, depending on your goals. The point is, don't let a simple rule replace your own thinking. Your wealth won't come from one single account. It'll well come from one identity. I am the type of person who invests every single month. Myth number 3. Gold is the safest investment. Gold has history. Gold has emotion. Gold feels like security. But the word safest really depends on the job you need it to do. Gold doesn't create cash flow. Gold doesn't innovate. Gold doesn't build businesses. Gold just sits there and waits for fear to rise in the world. Yes, gold can be a hedge. It can be a small part of a well-diversified portfolio. But if you're trying to build a future, especially starting from zero, your biggest wealth builder is not a metal. Your biggest wealth builder is ownership and productivity, businesses, broad market index funds, and real assets that create value. The truth is simple. Wealth grows when you own things that grow. Myth number 4. A car is an investment. This one hurts because so many people bought a car thinking they were leveling up their financial life. A car is not an investment. A car is a tool, or it's a luxury. Most cars lose a huge chunk of their value the moment you sign the papers. Then you pay for insurance, maintenance, interest on the loan, repairs, new tires, registration, and suddenly, your investment becomes a constant monthly leak draining your bank account. Now listen, I'm not saying you shouldn't enjoy your life. I'm saying you need to stop confusing status with strategy. Here's a power rule to live by. If it doesn't pay you, it's not an investment. Buy what you want, but don't lie to yourself about what it is. Myth number 5. Crypto is the future. Crypto might be part of the future. Some of it might survive. Some of it might even change the world. But here, totally incorrect, believing that crypto is a guaranteed ticket out of your financial situation. A lot of people aren't investing in crypto, they're gambling with hope, and hope is not a plan. If you want to touch high-risk assets, do it the smart way. Only with money you can truly afford to lose, and only after you've built the basics with a diversified, disciplined plan. The future belongs to disciplined people, not lucky people. Myth number 6. You need an advisor to invest. Most people think investing is only for the rich, like there is some secret door you can open until you're requalified. That is a lie. Yes, a good financial advisor can be incredibly helpful in complex situations, but you do not need anyone's permission to begin. You can start today with simple, low-cost index funds. You can automate your monthly contributions. You can learn one simple concept at a time. The biggest obstacle isn't a lack of knowledge, it's fear. The wealthy aren't necessarily smarter than you. They just started earlier, so start where you are. Even $25 a week is not small. It's a powerful vote for your future self. Myth number 7. You need money to make money. This myth keeps people broke forever, because if you believe it, you'll just wait. You'll wait for a raise. You'll wait for the perfect moment. You'll wait until you feel ready. But wealth doesn't start with money. Wealth starts with systems. Here are 3 systems that create wealth even when you're broke. First, track what you spend. Awareness creates power. Second, cut one financial leak, a subscription you don't use, eating out less, impulse buys. And third, automate one small investment. Consistency beats intensity every time. The first goal isn't to be rich. The first goal is to be in control, because when you control your money, you control your life. Myth number 8. You need to build credit. This one is deeply misunderstood. You don't need to worship credit. You need to understand it. Credit is a tool. It can help you get better interest rates, rent apartments, and qualify for mortgages. But building credit is not a reason to go into debt. Never ever pay interest just to prove you're responsible. You build good credit by using it like a disciplined adult, making small purchases, paying the balance in full every month, keeping your utilization low, and always making on-time payments. The truth is, good credit should be a side effect of good financial behavior, not the main goal of your lifestyle. Myth number 9. You can time the market. People love the fantasy of being the genius who buys at the absolute bottom and sells at the absolute top. But the reality is, most people can't even time their own emotions. When markets drop, they panic and sell. When markets rise, they get FOMO and chase the highs. Timing the market is not investing, it's emotional gambling. What actually works is boring but effective. Invest consistently. Diversify your holdings. Stay invested for the long term, ignore the daily noise, and let time do the heavy lifting for you. The market rewards patience far more than it rewards talent. And myth number 10, paying off your mortgage is always smart. Paying off a mortgage can feel like true freedom. And for many people, the emotional piece of being debt-free is worth it. That matters, but financially it depends. If your mortgage rate is very low, and you could invest that extra money at a higher potential return, paying it off early might not be the best wealth-building move. This isn't about telling you to never pay it off. It's about telling you to stop following rules and start following the math, aligned with your personal goals. Sometimes the best decision is peace of mind. Sometimes the best decision is growth. The rich think in options. They don't just ask, is this a good idea? They ask, compared to what? Now listen, the point of this video is not to shame you. It's to remind you that if you believe these myths, you're not stupid, you were trained. Our schools don't teach personal finance. Most families don't know this stuff. And the system profits when you stay confused. But today, right now, you get to choose something different. You get to choose reality over comfort, discipline over impulse, the long term over the short term, freedom over seeking approval. And if you've been waiting for a sign to finally start building your future, this is it. Here's what I want you to do today. Pick one myth that you believed the most. Go to the comments and write, I'm done believing, and fill in the blank. Then, on a new line, write, my new rule is, and state your new belief. Because when you say it out loud, you become accountable. I'll be replying to comments and helping you build a simple plan based on your situation. This channel is about building wealth the real way. No fake flexing, no lottery ticket thinking, just truth, strategy, and consistency. If you want to learn how to start investing from zero, how to budget without suffering, and how to build a plan that actually works, subscribe. Because the version of you that's financially free isn't smarter, they're just consistent, and your future starts now. Thanks for watching.